Preface of With Clive in India, or the Beginnings of an Empire. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Gary Ullman. With Clive in India by G. A. Henty. Preface. In the following pages I have endeavoured to give a vivid picture of the wonderful events of the 10 years which, at their commencement, saw Madras in the hands of the French, Calcutta at the mercy of the Nabob of Bengal, and English influence apparently at the point of extinction in India, and which ended in the final triumph of the English, both in Bengal and Madras. There were yet great battles to be fought, great efforts to be made, before the vast empire of India fell altogether into British hands. But these were but the sequel of the events I have described. The historical details are, throughout the story, strictly accurate, and for them I am indebted to the history of these events written by Mr. Orme, who lived at that time, to the Life of Lord Clive, recently published by Lieutenant Colonel Mailson, and to the standard authorities. In this book I have devoted a somewhat smaller space to the personal adventures of my hero than in my other historical tales, but the events themselves were of such a thrilling and exciting nature that no fiction could surpass them. A word as to the orthography of the names and places. An entire new method of spelling Indian words has lately been invented by the Indian authorities. This is no doubt more correct than the rough and ready orthography of the early traders, and I have therefore adapted it for all little known places. But there are Indian names which have become household words in England and should never be changed, and as it would be considered a gross piece of pedantry and affectation on the part of a tourist on the continent who should, on his return, say he has been to Geneva, Firenze, and Wien, instead of Genoa, Florence, and Vienna, it is, I consider, an even worse offence to transform Arcot, Cawnpore, and Lucknow into Arkat, Kanpur, and Lucknow. I have tried, therefore, so far as possible, to give the names of well-known personages and places in the spelling familiar to Englishmen, while the new orthography has been elsewhere adapted. G. A. Henty.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?